Sky News Studios in Melbourne, live. The Bolt Report. Now, Andrew Bolt.
The newest victim hero of the women's movement, Lord spare us. Seriously, it is time to call out this ludicrous victimhood that started last Friday when Liberal MP Julia Banks quit politics, claiming she was the victim of Liberal bullies. But not once has Banks explained how she was bullied, when she was bullied, by whom. And it was the same strange thing when other Turnbull left MPs like frontbencher Sarah Henderson and Kelly O'Dwyer also claimed that the Liberals had a culture of bullying. Again, no one gave a single example of this bullying so we could find out whether it was serious or trivial or just made up. And exactly the same story happened today with Julie Bishop, who was the Liberals' deputy leader until 2 weeks ago when she quit in a huff, having got just 11 votes in the leadership ballot that was won by Scott Morrison. She has since given a speech to a Women's Weekly event, also painting her party and Parliament generally as a pack of bullies, and again refusing to give a single example.
I have seen and witnessed and experienced some appalling behaviour in Parliament. The kind of behaviour that 20 years ago, when I was the managing partner of a law firm of 200 employees, I would never have accepted. Yet, in Parliament, it's the norm.
But what appalling behaviour? And Bishop then went on to say that when a feisty, amazing woman like Julia Banks says this environment is not for me, we shouldn't say, toughen up, princess. We should say, enough is enough. Well, yes, enough is enough. Enough of playing this victim card, and especially when you're Julie Bishop. You see, Julie Bishop has been in Parliament for 20 years, and for 11 of those years she has been Deputy Leader of this Liberal Party. That is 11 years that she's had to tackle this terrible behaviour, this toxic environment for Liberal MPs and women in particular. But what has she ever done or even said about this bullying in all that time? Why speak up only now? You know, it's strange. The Liberals apparently weren't sexist bullies when Bishop was their Deputy Leader and Foreign Minister, free to attend every A-list party and film premiere around the world that she could find. Nor were the Liberals sexist bullies when they made Glenys Berejiklian the Premier of New South Wales, which happens to be our biggest state. But suddenly, almost overnight, the Liberals are sexist after Liberal MPs decided that Julie Bishop wasn't actually talented enough to be Prime Minister, a decision in which I fully concur. But the hypocrisy goes rather further. Let us now see how Bishop herself has treated some women in politics, and ask perhaps if she is part of this alleged bullying culture. Here is Bishop attacking Australia's first female Prime Minister, Julia Gillard, who sure could dish it out herself.
The words most often used by the Australian people replying to this survey about this Prime Minister. And what do you think the first word is? The largest word.
Liar.
Liar. That's what the Australian people say, liar.
Here is Julie Bishop also attacking Australia's first female Muslim MP, Anne Ali, linking her to Muslim extremists.
Our point is that she's not supporting a number of our national security efforts.
And Bishop even seemed to call Labor's Deputy Leader, Tanya Plibersek, a word that rhymes with itch, at least by my lip reading. You watch, you decide. And didn't this same Julie Bishop, as the loyal deputy to Prime Minister Tony Abbott, have her own Chief of Staff attend a meeting of the plotters who got Abbott sacked, replaced by Malcolm Turnbull? And now we're supposed to be, the bullying. And it's not just Julie Bishop with double standards either. I said MPs Julia Banks and Sarah Henderson have been complaining against this alleged bullying culture. But I want you to watch as Banks in blue and Henderson in yellow laugh like drains when Malcolm Turnbull smears and sneers and abuses Labor leader Bill Shorten.
There was never a union leader in Melbourne that tucked his knees under more billionaires' tables than the leader of the opposition. He lapped it up. Oh, yes, he lapped it up.
Members on my right.
He was such a sycophant, a social climbing sycophant.
Hypocrites. And I've got some advice for Bishop and all these women, the Turnbull supporters, who simply lost the vote and are now wailing about being victims of sexism. Can't handle the pressure, the bullying, the intimidation. Julia Gillard played that victim card too when her failures became terminal.
Misogyny, sexism, every day from this leader of the opposition.
Back then, this same Julie Bishop actually said these wise words about that Gillard speech. It was done not to address the issue of sexism, but to find an excuse for her poor performance. If she, Gillard, had been genuine about the issue, it's a matter she would have raised previously. This is Bishop. She was a woman who became the Prime Minister of Australia. She was no shrinking violet. She reached the highest position in public life and she was complaining about sexism. Good words, Julie Bishop. Good words. And let me now repeat exactly the same words to you. You became Foreign Minister, you became Deputy Liberal Leader. In fact, you even became Acting Prime Minister. You're no shrinking violet either. You reached some of the highest positions in public life, and now, only now, you're complaining about sexism? Please, don't abuse our intelligence.